Hi everybody, my name is Sherry. Welcome to my stamp studio. Today I am going to continue my little tour that I have going through the new releases of Stampin' Up's online exclusives. So I'm going to show you a couple. We'll do today's cards, and then I'm going to show you some other ideas, because I'm going to do an Easter card, and we're getting really close because, you know, Easter's moved to the front of the line of dates again. And so we'll barely be finished with St. Patrick's Day, and then it will be time for Easter. So in case you don't have the things that I'm going to show you, I'm going to show you some alternate things that you might have that are that have been out a little bit longer. So first, here's the Magnolia Mood. So both of these have tutorials up on my channel. Love that bundle. Then I have this from the Zinnias. It's Card Club. You have till the 10th, and I know by the time this video gets up, it's going to be real close. But you can join my online card club and make this and 2 other projects. We do 6 projects together. And then this is Latte Love, and I also have an online class. It's not a part of my subscription card club. It is just a class. There's different ways you can participate, from just the videos to the full packet, and you get a really good discount if you buy the suite from me for that class. Then I'm going to use Pets and More on today's card, and I've already done this one. So it has, I'm going to go with the and more is the fox. I'm not sure what kind of a little bird he is. It's a cute one. But we have a cat, dog, a rabbit, and the bird, and then a fox. So I'm sure he's the more, because I don't think very many of us have those for pets. But I did do this one, and it has the tutorial up. And when I was doing that one and I was looking at the different pets, I thought that this little bunny would be a super cute Easter card. I did not buy any of the Easter stamps in the catalog. I typically don't send Easter cards. I see my entire family at Easter. But then when I was doing this, and because we're getting ready to leave for Houston, so we just had the wedding, and I was like, Easter's just going to get, although I do have my Easter decorations up. St. Patrick's got skipped in my decorating, but it's one of those years where everything's just kind of smushed in together. But when I saw it, I thought, oh, perfect for an Easter card. So if you don't have this set, I'm going to give you some ideas at the end. And then I'm going to use throughout the year, because it has a happy Easter. And when you didn't buy an Easter set, it's great to have something that has the sentiments. The paper I'm going to use, I think it's called Up in the Air, Lighter Than Air. It goes with the hot air balloons in the catalog, but when you look at it from other perspectives, in the Try It class, we used it with ice cream, because I thought it looked like an old ice cream parlor kind of look. But when you look at it, and it's this time of year, it's an obvious Easter paper, right? So we have all of the little dots and the stripes, all of the things that look like jelly beans or Easter candies. It's just a perfect little pack for Easter. And the good thing is, if you buy this for Easter, then you'll be able to keep on using it for all the other times. So I just have some Lost Lagoon will be our card base, which may not be an Easter color, but it's one of my current favorite colors. So we're going to go with Lost Lagoon. It's kind of a blue-green, so it makes a nice palette. Then I have a piece of white that's going to be our back, and then we're going to stamp our little bunny. So let's do our stamping first. I'm just going to use Memento. I have this out, which I'm now looking at, I realized I didn't use it. The sentiment looked better with black, since there was already black on the card because of the bunny. So I'm going to stamp our little bunny. There's no dies with this. It's just a little standalone stamp set. I think it would be perfect for the kids in your life, especially if your kids, your grandkids, your neighbor kids, your nieces and nephews, if they like to stamp with you while you're stamping, you could get that set for them. Then I think if you stamp this way onto, or ink up your ink, I can't talk, it's early. If you ink your stamps upside down like that, you typically don't get as much ink on the edges, which is helpful. And just put this right down in the corner, because that's all the room. The placement on this one was determined by, that's as low as it needs to go, so the rest of the stuff fits on there. So that's all the stamping. Like I said, these are quick little cards. You could also make the exact same thing and make it as a bag topper, or just a little note card to go in with your Easter baskets. So I wanted my bunny to kind of be gray. I have Calypso Coral, because that's what's in the paper. And I'm just going to give her a little quick brush for some ear color. And then I have Pool Party for her eyes. She's a fun little bunny because she has spots. but it doesn't leave you much place to put the blue, so I just kind of give it some tinge of color. Then I'm going to take my dark smoky slate, and I'm not going to use much of it at all, but it's going to be my part that kind of highlights the edges. So I'm just going to give a little bits there. And then I'm going to use my light smoky slate and kind of over where I did that and a little bit more. I don't want her to really be a gray rabbit. My first one ended up a little bit more gray than I wanted. And now I'm going to take my color lifter and this will blend. Now, if you're using it on paper, it will soak through the paper, so it's going to take more. If you use it on a piece of glass, then there's no place for the ink to go except in your paper because it stays in there, so it moves a little bit better, a little quicker. It will move fine if you're using it on. So I'm just going to kind of blur this around. First, I'm going to go around to all of it and get it wet, except for her ears and her eyes. I want those to stay how they are. So just get it all wet. And then when you go back the second time, it will move a lot quicker. So it's already kind of, and it's kind of just giving it some shading so she'll pop off the card. My ink pad, my blend is not dry. I just press really hard with them. As do all the people that come to my classes because that's the way I use them. So it can be kind of loud in here when everybody's coloring. But if you press hard, you don't have to color for as long. So you can see it's really moving now, and it's just kind of making it have some gray shading. Get these last little edges out. Then I'm just going to take my snips and trim her out because, like I said, there's no dye. So let me trim her out. Now for this next part. So I told you I'm using her because that's what I have, right? You could use, if you have the bunny punch that's in the catalog, it came out last year, you could use just a punch a bunny. What I'm going to do next, you could put the Easter lilies, you could put a cross, you could put an Easter egg. I am using her because that's what I wanted. If I was making Easter cards, I would probably go for the cross or the lily or something to give it a little bit more true meaning of Easter. But for kids or just as a happy Easter card, this is perfect. This is also another online exclusive, and it has Fluffiest Friends. So you could use this little bunny and pretty much color it the exact same way. It's just a different look. So I'm giving you ideas for the top of the card. Now we're going to do the base of the card, and the base will work with anything. It could also be, you could go back to throughout the year and get any other sayings that fit on here. It doesn't have to be an Easter card. Even with this paper, you could get it to not be an Easter card. So what I did was I took the patchwork pieces and I laid 3 pieces together and I ran them through at the same time. It's always like piecing it back together when you do it like this because it has come. My intent was to kind of try to keep it together, but that didn't happen. So let's put it back together. See, it's a puzzle. And you kind of want to have it laying how it needs to go before you start. It just makes it easier. So if you have the die, sometimes I send this in my VIP projects, and if they don't have the die, so you have to put it back together. If you have this, you can lay it on here. So I cut this. This is like 3 by 4 1/4. I cut it a little bit smaller because it's okay if it hangs off the edges. I don't want anything to show. So I am going to start. I'm going to flip this around. It's going to be upside down on my card, but it'll work for this. So I'm going to take my adhesive, and I'm just going to kind of cover this whole thing with adhesive, because the second you don't put a lot on it, you put a piece on, and that's exactly where it needed adhesive. That's the first time I did it, my little piece at the bottom, because I started opposite from this, didn't have any adhesive at all. So I'm just gonna kind of, look, I've already got ink on my hands. It's not even 8 o'clock in the morning and I've got ink on my hands. But because I ran them through together, they're kind of stuck. So one pass of this will make 3 cards. But if you do this one right here, let me go off the paper just a little bit, in the middle, then that gives you a good base to start. So then we're gonna take this one and just alternate them. And here's a tip. I use seal and you don't want to press down till you get it all on here. So this will kind of hold it in place, but if I need to move it, but it's making the square back. So you need to make sure that this is going square. So for this one, we need the lines. Put that one on there, and then let's go back to the little diamonds. You have to use just the one side that you cut with, because the other ones are the wrong direction. So it's not one of those cases where you can make use of both sides of the double-sided paper. Now with this one, you want to make sure that it's going straight still. I did some of these at Christmas with that really pretty glimmer paper that went with the nativity, and they were gorgeous. So this is a really fun background, but you could do it with the rock and roll paper. You could do it, any paper works, but some of them I just think would be super cute. Let's get the stripes again. And then make sure everything's nice and straight, and once it's all straight, then you can push it down. And then I taped it to the thing. I'm going to flip it this way, but I think this piece here is the easiest one to start your puzzle piece back together. And then you can see some of this is barely overhanging, so I want to make sure when I tape it on that I get that. Now, for my card, I used the Baker's Twine 3-color pack. But I had somebody call and place an order yesterday, and we found out it's not available. It will be back in before Easter, but not much. So it kind of depends on what you want. I'm going to use all 3 colors and just pull a line out like this. But I'm going to show you some other things that you may already have or that you could order that are in stock. And they all look good, because if you're in my VIP class, you are getting an Easter card and we're not using the twine. This is a camp card, I think. I think that camp is before Easter. It's really thrown me, because you know, when we get to the stage of busyness and you're living one event at a time. So I'm getting through, I got through the wedding. Now I have to get through on stage, which we're flying to Houston, and we are leaving a day early for some girl time. Kind of 2 days early, because we're leaving on Wednesday. So I don't have much time left to get all the things done. So I'm just going to kind of separate these. And then I'm going to tie a bow. It's twine, so it's easy. Just like tying your shoestrings. You just want to make sure when you do 3 that you get all 3 pulled through. My coral one's still in there. There we go. And then I'm going to take my little bunny girl. Put some dimensionals on her. I'm going to position her just over the twine. And then, like I said, I'm going to put my adhesive on here so this doesn't move. Because a little bit of that's not stuck on the paper very much. And then it just fits with the Happy Easter. It's just the right size. So if you don't have the twine yet and you want to get started on your Easter things, here's some other ideas. With VIP, I don't have a lot of the pink to show you because I used the whole spool, and I opened up another one, but then I decided that the yellow looks good. So here's, I don't even remember, it's in the annual catalog, but it's really pretty, and I don't think I've used it much. So here's the pink, and it has that fun center. Here's the lemon lolly. I think that's bubble bath. And I think this goes with the balloons that are in the catalog, in the annual catalog. So it's a 3-pack, so you get all 3, and you can see all 3 colors would work. You might want to switch the Lost Lagoon to another color if you're using the blue. The other one that I think would be really fun, and I haven't used it a lot, is the ribbon that goes with the Zany Zoo in the catalog, and it's another tiny ribbon. So look how tiny this is. And it has little stripes on it, and it would be super cute. It would kind of brighten it up. Again, you probably don't want the Lost Lagoon, but that really has the feel of Easter grass. And then it's a double pack, and it comes with this one, and it looks great with it too. See the little stripes in the petal pink? So you could use both of those and tie them together like I did. The petal pink would be pretty with the Lost Lagoon. But if you use the green, I would probably switch to something else. Let's see. I have lots of cardstock laying here. If you switched it to this, look how much fun that would be. So it really just kind of needs another background or just a white card. And then for our embellishments, there are no more perfect Easter embellishments than the rainbow adhesive dots. And if you're getting a VIP project, then you're getting all of those that I cut up. So they'll be in the mail today. So you can see they look just like Easter eggs. So I went a little crazy with them because I love me some embellishments, and when I want my embellishments to be gone, I don't keep my embellishments here, because here makes people happy. Here, 5 years later, and you still have them, it does not make you happy. In fact, it makes you be like, why do I have so many embellishments? So use them up. So I am just going to grab 3 big ones, and then we'll get 3 little ones, which makes 6. And you don't want to do, put that one there, an even number. So I'll get one more big one here at the end. I'm going to do a little one so I can put a little one there, because you want an odd number. So I have 7. But you could use all the colors, because don't those look like Easter candies? So here you go. So here it is with this configuration of paper. This one would look a little bit different. Here's my original card. See, my bunny's a little bit more gray. I wanted her to be more white. But she's still cute, and I wasn't going to not use her. So the paper just flips around, but it stays beautiful and cute and is a really easy Easter card. But now just imagine, take this, lots of other background papers, any of our designer series papers, and just put a different focal point and a different happy birthday. It would even be, you could use some of the more serene papers and do a sympathy card, maybe with just a small little medallion or a flower there. So it's a really fun little die. There's 2 shapes. There's this one and then the one that's the starburst. So there you go. Have a great one. Bye.